talk about this part. Because if you know a couple of tricks, it's a lot easier. So the passage we're looking at is between here and here. So in my addition, we're starting at measure 13, and we're going up until the place where the beginning theme starts again. So the first thing we want to learn, it basically has two halves. And the first half is just the note E in different octaves, and the second half is just an alternation between D sharp and E. So let's look at this first half. The first position that we have is actually just 2 octaves, and the thumbs are sharing a key. So if you're practicing it, don't practice it like this yet. First, play all these notes at one time so that you can see that this is actually just a group. And after that, it looks like maybe these notes go down and it looks like something complicated, but that just owes to the fact that this is a treble clef. Indeed, all we're doing is playing the exact same thing 1 octave higher. So the first group was here, the second group was here. And now we just need to play the notes one after another. So that's the first aha that you need to have, is that these are just an octave apart and that the thumbs are sharing the key. The second one would be that the left hand has to go to the place where the right hand is. So if you're playing this quickly, this is what needs to happen. That the left hand immediately moves to the place where the right hand is. So don't do this. Right? Don't try to get there at the last minute. Go there immediately. Okay, so that's the second aha you need to have had. The third one is, listen to this. What's the problem there? The problem is this note in the middle is not getting repeated. And whose fault is that? It's my fault, the left hand. The left hand, especially the left thumb here, has to play its note very shortly. You have to move away from it. Because if the note is not getting repeated, it's the hand's fault that played the first note. Okay, so the fourth aha that we want to have here is concerning these alternating notes D sharp and E here. The problem with this passage is we don't know when we're through. So you tell me when I played it right. Or now. Or now. Or now. Which one was right? That's the problem. It's hard to count if you're always doing the same thing. And in this regard, I can tell you a short story. So I used to play trombone in an orchestra. So that means I had a lot of time to walk around and talk to the other orchestra members. And if you walk back and look at what the double basses are playing, the contrabasses, you'll see that sometimes they have to do the same thing for many measures, for 8, 10 measures, or for 20 or 30 or 50 or 60 measures. And you might think that since they're always playing the same thing, that it's a lot easier than playing something different every measure. In a certain way that might be true, but another way that's wrong, because it's very hard to count if you're doing the exact same thing. So you have to play the same measure 50 measures in a row. Then at some point you're going to wonder, am I on measure 36 or 37 now? And then you start looking to your neighbor and wondering, I hope they know what measure we're in. And that's the problem we have here. Since we're always playing the same thing, it's hard to count how many you've done. But there's a trick. The trick in this case is to think left, right, 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 right. So in other words, we have 2 groups of 3. Left, right, right. Left, right, right. And that means you can always count correctly without having to think all too much. So those are some tricks that you need to know, or that are helpful to know, if you want to play this passage in Für Elise. To reiterate, the first two positions are just an octave apart. If you want to play this without having too much of a hesitation, then your left hand, as soon as it's through playing, has to go to the place where the right hand still is. And you need to play shortly with your left hand, do-da, do-da, so that the right hand can play its note. And then at the end you need to think left, right, right, right. So thanks for watching this video, and happy ahas.